Ellen van Dijk out of the bottom corner on the Cowberg, 1,200 meters, the iconic climb that has played host to Amstel Gold and World Road Race Championships. Is Misha Bredevold going to make a move? She is. She's not going to leave it to the sprint. Misha Bredevold knows she's got the strength to try and take this one. The 24-year-old Dutch rider Ellen van Dijk gritting her teeth, turning herself inside out to try and stay with the former European champion. But Misha Bredevold stomping clear here on the Cowberg. And the gaps are opening. We look at our chasers. Juliette Labousse attacks from that group. She's going to have her work cut out to try and jump across this gap here on the Cowberg. Misha Bredevold, great sprinter, phenomenal time trialist as well, is the young Dutch rider. But as soon as she went there, Danny, Ellen van Dijk not able to go with her. This is a phenomenal ride here by Misha Bredevold.
It is. She timed that to perfection there, and she's clearly got the legs. She's got to really, really try and keep this one going all the way over the top of the Cowberg. That's where we know it really starts to hurt. Juliette Labousse, though, has put it in a really strong ride behind, about to catch Ellen van Dijk. She will go straight past her, and this is going to be really close, Marty.
It is. You can see Misha Bredevold at the front is in a world of pain and suffering to try and jump clear here. 12 professional victories, but this would be the biggest one of her career. She looks back and she'll see the tricolor jersey of Juliette Labousse trying to close this one down for FDJ Suez. Pock Petersen trying to ride herself back into contention. Ellen van Dijk sat on the wheel now of Juliette Labousse, but we get over the top of the Cowberg, and then we've got that run, that fast run up towards the finish line. Bredevold still digging deep here, still holding that advantage over those chasers behind. And this is where it starts to flatten out, and they look around, and Pock Petersen comes through over the top there of Juliette Labousse. The Phoenix de Koning rider gives chase, makes a move. That's where everyone is on the road. Pock Petersen really digging deep now to try and come across.
All riders are going to be in an absolute world of pain here. Misha Bredevold's doing everything that she can to hold off these chasers behind, but they are all on their limit. You can see this is where the road flattens off, just over a kilometre to go to the finish line.
Bredevold looks back over the shoulder. Pock Petersen is dragging Juliette Labousse and Ellen van Dijk back in here. Will Ellen van Dijk recover and go again? Bredevold, hands on the brake levers, trying to get as aerodynamic as possible. She's looking for the biggest win of her career for a Dutch rider to take Amstel Gold. This would be huge for her, and she is holding this advantage through the Flamme Rouge with 1 kilometre to go. It looks like it could be enough here for Misha Bredevold. When we came on air, it was all about Lorena Wiebes, the European champion, and could she take this one all the way to the finish? 7, but for SD Works Pro Time, it turns to Misha Bredevold, who's also in that leading group. Through 600 meters to go, Petersen was flicking her elbow behind and looking for assistance, but it wasn't going to come. 500 meters now to go for Misha Bredevold. Sylvia Persico getting back onto that group behind, but it's desperation. Everyone is in a world of pain and suffering. They're beyond their limits here. They'll be seeing stars. 300 meters now for Misha Bredevold. Perfectly timed move on the bottom of the Cowberg. The sprint behind is going to be for podium placings. This is a huge moment for the 24-year-old Dutch rider who comes through to take the Amstel Gold Race in front of a home crowd. Biggest win of her career. Bredevold takes it, and behind the sprint for second, it looks like it's going to be Ellen van Dijk second, Petersen, Labousse and Persico, your order across the line. A rider who we have seen rise like a star and now brings it home for the Netherlands.
That was a stunning victory for Misha Bredeveld. Tactical masterclass as well, you know, for the team and for her as an individual, and how they played that from that front group, having Blanca Vass there and Lorena Wiebes, and then Misha Bredeveld getting into that front group, but then just biding her time, being super patient and waiting, anticipating the move that was always going to come from this rider, Ellen van Dijk. She managed to get herself across, and then she had that gap on the Cowberg and then the legs to finish it off. And that's her 13th professional victory and arguably the biggest win of her career.
What a moment for Misha Bredeveld, and she got a great big hug there from Puk Pieterse. Got to find the family. What a win for Puk Pieterse. For Misha Bredeveld. Here comes the sprint from the group behind. A teammate took it, and SD Works Pro Time do it yet again, and Lorena Wiebes celebrates a team win. And this is what I love about the tactics, though, of SD Works. You can't argue with it. It's volume of victories. They put Misha Bredeveld and Lorena Wiebes and Blanca Vass in that leading group, and any one of the three could win, and any one of the three has.